New at noon, a Fayetteville man has died after a crash in rural Washington County on Friday. According to the crash report, just before 1 in the morning, 27-year-old Dalton James Norris was driving south on Highway 265 when he lost control of his vehicle and went off the road. Norris struck a sign in a mailbox in a culvert before traveling over the culvert and hitting a tree and was ejected from the truck. No one else was injured in this crash. A federal fraud trial is underway in the case against the founders of Springdale nonprofit Second Milk. Federal prosecutors first charged Jason and Lacey Carney last year. Monday, jurors heard testimony for the first time. Prosecutors accused the couple of using millions in donor money intended to help feed children in Africa for personal expenses. Former board members and volunteers of the nonprofit said they brought up questions about how donations were being spent. But defense attorneys said the couple dedicated years of their lives to helping children in Africa. Meanwhile, an IRS records custodian testified that IRS searches did not find certain nonprofit and individual tax filings for 2023 and 2024. A former Northwest Arkansas psychiatrist, Brian Hyatt, had a hearing in a state case today. He's accused of Medicaid fraud, and a court document says that hearing in Pulaski County could focus on a report on Hyatt's attorney. Meanwhile, Hyatt also faces federal charges along with 7 others. They're accused of holding patients against their will at Northwest Medical Center. In addition, Hyatt faces over 200 civil lawsuits accusing him of similar conduct. Governor Sanders announced kids throughout Arkansas's foster care system will be enrolled in new Trump accounts. These accounts were created under the One Big Beautiful Bill Act and are designed to give kids a chance to build more savings. Since Congress passed the One Big Beautiful Bill last year, children under 18 have been eligible for Trump accounts, a federal savings program. On Monday, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders announced that more than 3,400 children currently in foster care across the state will now be enrolled. Only children born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028 qualify for the one-time $1,000 deposit, and that money comes from the federal government, not the state. Children born before 2025 can still have accounts and receive contributions from family members, guardians, or nonprofit groups, but officials have not said whether Arkansas will contribute to these accounts.
It's going to be the caregivers, and so there'll be some coordination that the division will establish with who is the caretaker for the child. And then we are also continuing to outline what will be the processes upon exit from foster care.
The account follows rules similar to an IRA account with money held until the child reaches adulthood. This move puts Arkansas among the first states to enroll foster youth in the federal program. Northwest Arkansas Community College trustees have approved a site for the college's first student residence hall. Community colleges in Arkansas were once banned from building dorms until legislators lifted that restriction in 2017. Since then, NWAC leaders have pushed for student housing on its Bentonville campus. Last year, the college approved a master plan outlining its long-term growth, including a vision for what it calls an Ozark academic village with more than 3,000 on-campus beds over the coming decades. The vote approved the site and the financing model for the project. To help address homelessness, the city has hired Gage Reed as its new homelessness strategy coordinator. He previously served as the day services manager at Seven Hills Homeless Center. The city says Reed will coordinate extreme weather response efforts, help expand shelter and housing options, and support Fayetteville's overall homelessness initiatives. Today, Fayetteville City Council will also discuss an ordinance seeking to further regulate data centers. 3 years ago, Fayetteville passed regulations. At the same time, the state passed a law prohibiting data center bans. But the city ordinance only dealt with noise disturbances. These new rules would require reports on water and electricity consumption, a web page for noise verification reports, and a point of contact for the community. The earliest council can vote on this is June 16th. Comes amid a push for stronger regulations across the state. Last week, Little Rock approved new rules for data centers, focusing on making sure projects go through the proper permitting process and are zoned correctly. Google is planning a data center in the state, along with a $10 billion data center campus in West Memphis. And another $6 billion project is also being planned near Wrightsville.